It's not a normal world, it's Taskmaster world. Now I'm sorry if this video looks like it's at a wonky angle. From the viewfinder, we just stand here, from the viewfinder it looks like it's at a wonky angle. But, nonetheless, we'll crack on. Now, obviously, there'll be Christmassy stuff appearing here and here as time goes. We already have a Christmassy pillow, but the reason why you're watching this clip 27 times, it's one reason and one reason only. Now, I did a poll on YouTube community tab where I asked if you want me to do UK content on here for Taskmaster UK, and I'm like, right, I'll do it then because the poll says so. And on the third channel, the weird side, linking this, no, if you go to channels, it'll be there. And on that channel, I did UK content and Taskmaster content in general before this channel existed. Now, what you'll see is my review on series 10, 11 and 12 of Taskmaster UK. Apart from series 11, it's a little bit weird because I don't know where review number 4 is, so I'm missing a review somewhere. So hopefully I'll discover that, which you're probably watching series 11 episode 4 review. I don't know which video you're watching because I'm recording this for all 27, so I just have to plonk this into all 27 of the videos. So enjoy is all I'm saying. But two of the videos where I talk about New Zealand and Finland are videos, the type of videos I want to do on this channel. So I will be reviewing series 13 on this channel when it comes out on channel 4. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy! Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. See, I'm too tall. Too tall. My hair's being cut off. I am too tall. Now today, we're doing a video talking about the next episode of Taskmaster from last night. And I normally use my notes to talk about them. I've got my notes here. But because a silly me forgot to charge the camera last night, this camera's got 12 minutes left. Now I can't spend 9 whole minutes rambling, telling you my thoughts. So I'm going to do this in a short, sweet video. Love the episode, one of the greatest episodes ever. There you go. Now, I'll just quickly breeze through. Mike Wozniak was brilliant in this episode. Mack, amazing in this episode. Charlotte Rich in this series, it's really funny because it's the way that she's been labelled to a children's TV presenter makes me really laugh. Now, I'm going to try and read from my notes before the camera dies, but we're going to have to wait and see when it starts flashing at me, telling me, oh no, you've got so many minutes left. I should put a timer up there, but I'm not going to, because I'm not that type of YouTuber that puts timers in videos. So, you ready for this, guys? Let's start off with the prize. And in the last episode, someone, because I put these on something called Reddit. I'm not sure what Reddit is at all. I'm not up to date with these things. But I put it on there, and someone said, oh, Tom, don't just read from your notes. And I'm trying to improve every week in these episodes. So, I'm going to read from my notes, but I'm going to talk from my heart as well. Let's start off with the prize task, which was to bring something in wobbly. He said he didn't want jelly, so Jamali brought Rubik's Cube in jelly. Mack brought his belly in jelly, which was like a recreation of his belly in jelly. Charlotte Ritchie brought a therapist letter about how wobbly she is in jelly. And Mike Wozniak brought his baby teeth. Sarah brought in a sausage and chicken meat in it, but it'd broken, so they had to put like, they call it gaffer tape on it. Now let's go to task 1. We're running a little bit against the clock. We're against the battery of this, and I'm going to put it on charge. Speaking of Taskmaster, a new Taskmaster World non-podcast video will be out on Saturday, because I keep doing too much podcast content on that channel, so I'm going to step away from that and do something really interesting. Now, task 1. Lee, so they had to say, I think It was the one, yeah, it is, because I know my first night. You had to keep saying the word metronome. Metronome's one of those musical things that keeps you in time with the music. I don't use a metronome myself, but I see the appeal of a metronome. You have to keep saying metronome. I don't know why I went really posh. Metronome was boiled up balloon, gift wrapping the balloon, and then eating poppadoms. I'm not a fan. I don't like poppadoms. I'll put that out there now. I don't like poppadoms. So this challenge, this task, I would try it, but so Lee outright said Sarah's got a pinhead, and they never mentioned that in the studio again, which was a bit not right. If Greg should have wrote that down and said something, then there should have been a really good argument within the studio. Greg said, because at the very end, the way he edited it, so all you heard was like all of them saying metronome, like, all at once. So Greg said it was like a weird cult, which that's what I mean. They all went metronome, and it sounded like they were trying to summon a demon or something. Now, it looked like to me that it was hard to gift wrap a balloon. Now, I've never tried to gift wrap a balloon myself or wrap it up in wrapping paper. So no wonder Lee, Sarah, I think so it's Lee, Sarah, Mike, I think it's Lee, Sarah, Mike. A good few of them all had their balloons burst on them, which was incredibly funny. And my opinion is Mike was really funny in this task for two reasons and two reasons alone. One, because it's Mike Wozniak and he's hilarious in this series, and two, he looked like a cartoon at the end, and it's quite rather funny because I do want to see a cartoon show with Mike Wozniak doing these tasks. I want someone, right? I'm talking to you guys now. I want someone to please animate the whole series of Taskmaster, but only animate Mike Wozniak's parts, because Mike Wozniak looks really funny as a cartoon character. Please, can someone do it? Please, you've got to do it. You have to. It'll be amazing. The drawings that the fans do are incredible, but now animate a whole cartoon for it. Please. And I'll also talk about Mack, because Lee Mack was on the podcast as well and said that his kids were obsessed. But I'll probably do a whole separate video on the podcast. I do want to do a whole video where I talk about what I like about the podcast, what I don't like about the podcast. But let's get back into the episode. Mike said for the next 5 minutes it's Easy Street. Now Mike Wozniak is the king of catchphrases in this series, so it's like it's party time, it's poppadom time or whatever. It's for the next 5 minutes it's Easy Street. It's like he is the catchphrase king in this. If Greg ever released the Taskmaster quote book of all time, every quote, a lot of it will be Mike Wozniak saying it's something time or it's whatever time, and it'll be hilarious because I would buy that, obviously. For Sarah and Lee, they did mention they had to put subtitles on, but they never did. But I think he was like prompting the viewer to put subtitles on, really. Lee, without a breath, which is quite funny. He was just ramming it all in, and then he went, so he said, I would have after, and it was quite funny. So there was a little bit where he didn't say the word metronome. Lee burst his bubble and said, so did Sarah. Lee was fuming. He was angry. He was very angry in the task. Lee yelled, I want a BAFTA! Which I mentioned. Because he's like, I want a BAFTA. To be fair, I do personally want to win a BAFTA. Whilst we're on the subject of BAFTAs, Lee was my favourite in this task. He was incredibly funny in this task. Now, let's go to task 2. Because the camera is flashing a battery time with a little arrow in it. So I'm going to have to go to task 2. Task 2 was a team task. And that task was really funny because they had to make a creature. But they weren't allowed to look at what they were doing. So the 3D models that Alex had made were beautiful. Another task with airwaves. So Sarah yelled. They had to like an accent and the action, and that was hilarious. Mike, Lee, and Sarah were my favourites in that task. Mike did it in a German accent. Sarah just mumbled and did it yellingly, and Lee did it in sounding Scottish to start off with, but then went to not German, Australian. And then the final live task, Lee, so they had to like do like when they were wobbling on one leg or standing on 2 legs by the curtain, which was amazing. Lee's kids loved that task apparently, and it was really good. So we all thought that Mike was going to win the episode, but no! Lee won the episode! Hooray! Lee won the episode. So Mike needs to just win one more episode and he might just win the whole series. Now, I am going to pick you up for a second. I'm really sorry that the ending of this review was quite rushed. I really love the aeroplane task, when they had to do the announcement, was my favourite task of the whole episode. Sorry this video seemed a little bit rushed towards the end, and I might talk a little bit more detail about my favourite tasks from this series so far in another video. But hope you enjoyed this video. The camera's about to die. My fault for not charging it. That mod. Bye! I'm going to charge the camera right now.
Hello everyone, please subscribe to Taskmaster World.